Hey YouTube, welcome back to Ray's Rides and welcome to another BMW bike review. Now you're not going to find me outside Wollaston today picking the bike up because Will, my mate Will, is only gone and left the dealership, so the manager there, he's not as susceptible to lending me bikes like Will was. But this is a review of the F900GS with a twist. This is my F900GS. I brought it myself after jumping on one at the ABR Festival. So, although it's a bike review, if you want a quick 10-minute overview of the bike and what's going on with the channel, then grab yourself a cuppa and hang around. So yeah, I obviously, well, I guess a lot of you went to the ABR Festival, but like me, I had a fantastic time. Took out a couple of test rides on some bikes, and this F900GS was one of them, and also the new Tenere, which I really liked, and was set on buying one of those mainly due to the cost. However, you get some pretty cracking deals on F900GSs and GSAs at the moment. You just got to look on Auto Trader and have a look, and for not much more money, I'm talking a few £100s, I bagged myself a brand new, it was pre-registered, but fair enough, you know, a brand new 900 GS with the Enduro Pro package, which is what I really wanted. So I'll show you around the bike when we do the walk around a little bit later on in the video. And I've just popped out today. I've got a cheeky Friday off of work, so I've got a cheat day off, and I've just popped out my local Northants green lanes, or byways, whatever you want to call them, just to shake this bike down. It's literally brand new. I've got 49 miles on the clock at the minute, so I'll take it easy because I like to run the bikes in properly. What I will say with this is, compared to my 1300 GSA, the weight of this, I think fully fueled, it's 219 kilos. It feels like an enduro bike, to be honest with you. It's so light. There we go. At the end of that little short lane, got about a 20-mile loop. And just looking on the OS maps, I just link up the little byways with the little bits of road. But oh my goodness, it's a cracking day. It's 25 degrees at the minute. I've got my body armour on with me my Spirit of GS shirt on, so I look the part. I've got all the gear, and well, I'm not going to say no idea. You know, I've been riding light off-road for a while, so I look the part and I think I know what I'm doing. There's better riders out there than me, obviously. And speaking of one, I don't know if you I'll put a link in the video in the description, but last night I was watching Adam Riemann and his review of the 1300 GS Adventure, and oh my god, the things a man can do on that man can do on that bike is unbelievable. So watch that, it's very interesting. But yeah, going back to this, I no longer own the Urban GS, so I kind of chop that in, put a little bit more money towards this, not much more, and then yeah, I kind of got this. Now, I loved that Urban GS, I really loved it, and it's probably the best bike that I've ridden that's got the most character and soul, and it really is absolutely fantastic. And I will miss the bike, and if you're asking, well, why did I get rid of it, I think adventure bike riding is kind of where my heart is, and where my, you know, where my biking roots lay. Doing my Spanish enduro tour this year, and obviously going to the ABR Festival, it's kind of like, yeah, back onto adventure bikes. And I've got my 1300 GS for adventure touring, And then I've got the F900GS for the more gnarly stuff, like this. Well, this is gnarly to me anyway, but yeah, I really really wanted to get something, and I'm so looking forward to ABR next year, because I'm definitely going to be taking this and having a lot more fun on the trails. So these are these little byways that are not too far out the back of Silverstone, that I've done many a time on the KTM enduro bikes, but those days have gone. I love enduro bikes, but they're just not, they're no good on the road. Service intervals and maintenance and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, this just feels like an enduro bike compared to my GS. So yeah, that's why I brought this. We're gonna park up just over here and I'll do a quick walk around review. Okay, quick 5-minute walk around review. I mean, just before we start that, just look at where we are. You cannot beat the English countryside in the summer. It feels like I've stopped outside Narnia, or the Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, because there's a lamppost there. I'm just looking for Aslan, whatever his name is. But yeah, look at this. Fantastic track, perfect bike for getting out today. But here we go. So BMW F900GS. This engine, or this bike actually, was a complete rebuild from the ground up compared to the 850. The GS Adventure, the F900 GSA, was just a slight upgrade, whereas this one's got new frame, geometry, I believe engine as well, but I think the engines are the same, so maybe they've just been beefed up. But apparently it is completely different, and it wasn't just an upgrade from the 850, it was a complete new bike. So yeah, kicks out 105 brake horsepower, 93 newton meters of torque. Both the GS and the GSA, you get these 21-inch front wheels and a 17-inch rear wheel. I went for the off-road kind of dynamic off-road package as well, which I'll talk about in a minute. But with that, I've got these Metzeler Karoo 4 tyres, which are pretty good, and I wanted those because they're a decent 50-50 tyre. Obviously you're going to get a little bit of compromise when you're on the road, but a lot more confidence inspiring when you're off-road and doing stuff like this. So yeah, I'm sure that if I'm spending many miles on the road, the rears will wear down pretty quick, but like you say, there's always a compromise with tyres to get the, you know, to tick all your boxes. So twin disc up the front and then single disc at the back. Brakes are by Brembo. Pretty good. As I say, I'm bedding the bike in, so I can't comment too much on sort of like the power and all the brakes and stuff like that, because I've literally done 50 miles on it, so I'm just taking it nice and easy and running in. This has got the rally seat on it because it's part of the GS Trophy package, and the seat height on that is 870, and you can spec it with either higher or lower seats to depending on your kind of height and weight as well. Fully fueled, this bike's 219 kilos and it's got a 14.5 litre tank. Compared to the 850 GS, this has shaved 14 or 15 kilograms off. So yeah, new engine, new frame, new swing arm, and they've dropped the aluminium tank and gone to a plastic one, so I think that's where they've kind of saved those 15 kilos. The base price of a standard 900 GS is just £5 under 12 grand, so 11,995. BMW, obviously being BMW, there's a whole load of options that you can get on the bike. Just head over to the BMW configurator page and you'll see, but basically you've got 3 colours. So the base model is the Black Storm Metallic. You pay an extra 235 for the Passion Yellow, which is that kind of bright yellow with the red frame, but that's all you get. Then if you go £465 more, GS Trophy colours with the white frame. However, you also get proper hand guards rather than just the standard plastic ones, so no need to get bark busters because you got those on there. You get a fairly reasonable aluminium sump guard. I think I'll probably just keep that on there. I'm not really interested in kind of upgrading that for the kind of off-road that I do. That's going to be absolutely fine. And then yeah, you get from the black, you get the upgraded spoked
gold wheels, which do look nice, but as I say, they're just the worst colour to keep clean. And then yeah, just a white frame. So that's what you get for your 465. And then again, on top of that, this bike came with the Enduro Pro Pack, which it's quite expensive, £1,695. But for that, this is where your money goes on the updated suspension. So you've got fully adjustable, you know, you name it, you can do it with these shower suspensions on the front, compression, rebound, you can see them all there. And then on the back, you've got the ZF shock, again, fully adjustable compression and rebound. You've got that. And then you've also got, coming around there, your remote preload adjuster as well. So that's really what you're getting for that 1,700 quid. However, you do get handlebar risers by 25mm as well, which is slightly better for standing up off-road. And then you get your M-Endurance chain, which is apparently maintenance free, but I believe that when I see it. I certainly won't be leaving it maintenance free. And then I'll stick it on the screen now. There's all the extra little tick boxes that you can tick for all your kind of upgrades and all that kind of stuff for your, you know, your sat nav holders, your keyless ride, your what's it called, cruise control, all that kind of stuff, heated grips, and every BMW model is different. The SOS emergency assist button as well. Obviously this bike doesn't have the cruise control, it doesn't have that, but it was a pre-configured bike, so you know, beggars can't be choosers. Upgrades for me, I'm not going to do too much. I brought a PPF kit that just does the tank, it's already on, and on the frame down here, and at the front sort of area, just because I am taking it off-road. So I just want to kind of minimise. It's going to, you know, I'm sure at some point it's going to fall over and, you know, whatever, but that's what I've kind of brought it for. But just because it's brand new, I like to do that. And then there's a big bit on the front of the forks here. And then extras I've brought. So the centre stand, you don't get that as standard. I did buy that additional, and then I've just ordered some of the lower engine crash protection bars as well, which haven't arrived yet at BMW. And if you are buying a centre stand, oh my god, what a nightmare to fit. So it's quite easy to bolt on. These springs, Christ almighty, to try and get them spread apart to there and there, if you are buying one from BMW, ask them to use their special spring tool. I don't know how it works, because I found out the hard way and I had to YouTube it. And what I ended up doing to stretch those springs to get them in there and there was ratchet strapping between the two tow bars of our cars, and then literally using the cars as an anchor point to pull these apart. And then I put little pennies in each of those springs, took the pressure off, and obviously it made the spring long enough just to hook into there, and then just pulled the pennies out with pliers. But that was a nightmare to fit, trust me. Blood, sweat and tears and a lot of cursing over there. And that's really it. You get an Akrapovic exhaust standard on all GS 900s, not on the GS Adventure, which is a nice little touch, and it sounds a little bit more throaty. And that's it. I'm absolutely sweating now, so I'm going to get on and get some air in, and we'll go off and do the other couple of lanes. See you in a bit.
So yeah, what have I been up to really? To be honest, I've not posted anything on YouTube for a couple of months. I've just been so busy at work, and that and family life just doesn't leave you any time to do the YouTube stuff, and the editing just takes so long. And I even had an email the other day from YouTube basically telling me off, saying I haven't posted anything, and they were removing some kind of access or bumping me down the list. So I'm sorry YouTube, but I've got my day job to think about as well. But it's another reason why I wanted to get out today and just post this video.
Because of guys like you, she's as good as this.
Oh well, there you go. Yeah. Well, we're in your neck of the woods, not mine really. So
you lot look after us.
Well, that's, yeah. Not everybody does though, do they? But
do you know what?
Or are they nice? Are they?
I've never met a bad dirt biker.
Oh well,
never.
that's nice. The thing is, otherwise we lose access to, you know, these byways and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
we've got
So-
such a good network around here as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'd swap all the cars out with dirt bikes if I had my way.
Yeah. Oh, no, I understand. I understand. But no, I'll wait for you to get down there and stuff. And
Thank you so much.
I left that gate open at the bottom because it was already open, so I left it as I found it.
No problem.
Take care. Have a lovely day. Well, there you go. Did you hear that? It's exactly kind of like. Yeah, she even give me a thumbs up to tell me to get going. That's kind of exactly the etiquette that that you want to observe when you're doing these byways, because, like you say, you're kind of technically riding through their fields, and sad to think not everybody does it, but the majority of us do. So there you go. 2 lanes down, 1 to go. Yeah, I'm absolutely gutted about that YouTube email. I'm not quite sure what it's actually done, but I think it means that I haven't posted enough, and I need to work harder on my YouTube channel. But like you say, I'm an average guy. I've got to work. You know, YouTube's not my full-time job. Would I love it to be one day? Absolutely. Who wouldn't like to do this if you're passionate about bikes? And as I say, the people that I watch on YouTube, and especially since going to see them at the ABR Festival, are really inspirational. But you know, never say never. I don't think I'm ever going to get to that sort of status, but who knows? They all started like me somewhere. So here we are, just coming up to my 3rd green lane or byway, and I'll at the end of the review I'll post a little OS map image of where I've been today. So if you're local to kind of South Northants, in between sort of Silverstone and Brackley, all these lanes are on your back doorstep. And as I say, you just got to look on an OS map, and you can go to Bing, actually, Bing Maps, part of the Microsoft side of things, and you can change the view to Ordnance Survey, and you get the whole of the UK on there. So it's easy to spot your green lanes. But here we go. So this is the end of my little byway tour for today. And this GS is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. I'm so happy that I got this, and as I say, I'm a bit of a BMW fanboy because the Tenere was amazing, but yeah, I just like BMW as a brand, really. So other than that, that is the end of the review of the F900GS and a few other things as well. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe to the channel, and once I've done a few thousand miles on this and a few more off-road ventures, I will post some more stuff up. So take care, have a good weekend, and see you soon. Bye for now.